Guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Irvin, with another anime first impressions. This is going to be on the Quintessential Quintuplets. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I might be butchering the first word. But anyways, that is an anime that aired today in Crunchyroll. Therefore, it will not be free for those subscribers that watch it for free until next week on Thursday afternoon. I believe it aired at 4 p.m. today, Central Time. Anyways, before I continue, I do want to say a few things. If you haven't done so, check out the manga first volume review on this series. I will tag it at the end of the video eventually. And then secondly, if you haven't seen my first impression videos on this season, you guys can watch all those videos in my channel. If you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell button, and at 2,000 subscribers, I have a surprise for you guys. I think we're now less than 50 subscribers away to get to my goal, so I'm so excited for that. And then lastly, there is a spoiler alert on the first episode of the anime, so you have been warned. Okay, so the first episode, we find this boy who he's pretty lonely. You can tell he's poor because he's all worried about what food and how he's going to eat by the cost. So he says, you might think the cheapest thing on the menu might be rice, but really is ordering the beef plate without the beef. Kind of weird. Which deducts a big portion of the price, and you end up with the same portion of rice, but you also get a free soup with it. And then he also says, plus you get free water from the cafeteria. So you can tell this guy is all focused about, you know, money and stuff like that. Eventually we find out that his family is in debt and he has to take care of his money because he has to be careful. Hey RCS, welcome to the chat. He says he hated this anime. You know what? I don't know if I hate it or like it. I don't know. I'm not really sure about it. So the first episode compared to the manga, I would say was only the first chapter of the manga. The first chapter of the manga was pretty long. It was about 40 pages. And it's basically this first episode. He goes and tutors this girl that he insults at the beginning of the episode and quickly finds out that she is like one of 5 quintuplets. Each quintuplet meets him in a different way and is very special to themselves. They're very different from each other, and essentially on the first day when he goes to tutor them, he ends up being drugged and sent home. We later on find out who drugged him and why and how. The first episode does not explain everything, but we'll eventually get an answer. I won't say it here in this video. The kind of human part to it is that the girl that did treat him bad eventually does figure out why he is staying, and it's not so much for them, but it's more for the home money. Now, RCS says he doesn't mind harems, but the girls are so annoying. I do understand where you're getting at, because that's the first impression I had too. You know, there's 5 girls, they're all kind of gonna get in love with him. I don't think it's a harem. This is actually a completely different thing, because I don't know if you noticed, Arceus, and for those who also watched the video, at the beginning and at the end, there's this wedding, and the whole point of it is that they're trying to tell us that he actually does marry one of the quintuplets. He actually does end up falling in love with one of them. The entire series is basically tricking us to kind of figure out which one of the 5 he actually ends up with. So it might seem like a harem on the surface, but in reality, he actually is gonna fall in love with just one of them and actually gonna end up with one of them at the end of the series. So now they could pull a bullcrap card, and at the end of the series he ends up marrying all 5, but I doubt that's gonna happen. In the manga itself, at least as much as I read, he kind of has an interaction with each girl, but there isn't really a lot of love there. I will say though that this anime will be one of the etchiest ones that people will be watching this season. So if you're looking for the ecchi comedy shonen romance. It's not really shoujo romance, more like shonen romance. Then this one is for you. Do I think it'll be in the top 5 of the winter lineup? You know what? It could make maybe number 5, but definitely not top 3 of the lineup of this winter. It is a comedy, and after all, I don't think comedies always make it in the top 5s. So, but I will recommend it to an extent. I've read enough of the manga to know that it's not completely bad, but it does have a lot of potential to either be good or end up being a train wreck. So I'm kind of, with you, RCS. It's a little confusing. The whole thing, can be confusing when you watch the first episode. So I do agree with you. I do believe the Promised Neverland is going to be probably the best series in this winter lineup. It was pretty hyped up, and I haven't heard any negative stuff of it so far. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this. Again, if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel. If you're already subscribed to my channel, then if you wouldn't mind sharing my channel to other people, once I reach 2,000 subscribers, I will release a video giving you guys a surprise, letting you guys know what my new series is. And I would just say it is a gift that keeps on giving. So thank you guys so much for all the love and support. And with nothing else to say,